Hey, Coach Nas here. I'm at the Wando Fit in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, near my house, and I wanted to take this opportunity to bring you a planking sequence that I've been doing with my pros. What this does is it does take some of the shoulder out of it. A lot of planking that we do early in the season. We want to strengthen the shoulder girdle. As we get towards the end, we try and bring the fatigue factor down in the shoulder girdle area and concentrate more on the core and the hips. If you're a high-level golfer or a pro, you're going to want to do, a right-handed golfer is going to want to do 2-to-1 left hip to right hip on this sequence. Again, the opposite for a left-handed golfer. So, anyhow, let's get started. We want to start first with a lumbar plank. Normally what I'll do is I'll do a one-legged bridge. I'll do my 5-segment bridge sequence that you've seen me do before, and then a one-legged bridge, usually 2 to 4 holds on each leg for 30 seconds. After I do that, I get down on the mat, I get my knees on top of one another, and I want my elbow lined up with my knees. I put my hand on my shoulder, and then sort of a little mini squat position, and I want to fire that lat up first. Now, as I fire the lat up, I want to drive the hips forward so I'm in this nice straight line. Okay? And then we want to keep the spine erect and the head back. Then we drive back to the start position and come down. Again, firing the lat, shoot the hips forward so you're in line, so you're in a little mini plank, not all the weight of the whole body on the shoulder, just from the knees up. You want to make sure that your knees stay together and drive it back. You're going to do that 10 to 15 repetitions. On the last one, I want you to hold it for 30 seconds to a minute. Start with 30. You might only be able to do 15, but try and work up to 30 seconds to anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute. Now, after you do that, you're going to come down and you're going to move back into your middle plank. Again, nice straight lines. Have your arms bent inside. It's going to not be a whole lot of pressure on the shoulders, but I don't want you to press up. Keep yourself nice and level through the spine. Head is looking straight down. Again, cervical spine in line with the lumbar. You're going to hold that for 30 seconds to a minute, and then you're going to go back to the other side and do your lumbar plank. After you go through your series of those, I want to take you into a plank where your feet are going to be up on the bench. Now you can adjust how high you want it to go. You can use a Reebok step if you want to be as high as this bench, but I find that using just a standard bench in a gym works pretty good. So again, get yourself in your position. You're going to have your shoulders down. Now we're totally taking the shoulders out of it. It's all going to be hip and core and lat. So here we go. Feet are on top of one another. Make sure you're in a nice line. You want to pulse up. Think about driving that left hip right through the right. I want you to do that 10 to 15 repetitions. And then on the last one, you're going to hold. Make sure you're in a nice straight line. You're going to hold that for about 30 seconds. And then I want you to lift the other leg. Now at this point, you're taking half of the support structure away, so you're going to fail fairly quickly. But you want to keep firing that left hip or the right hip up through the other one. And then you hold and come down. And you'll switch to the other side. Give that plank sequence a try. So let me know what you think. It's been working really well with my guys, and I look forward to talking to you again next week.